Alright, so we're moving on now to the next part of this worksheet, problems 3 through 7. We notice that they want an angle. That's good. So that puts me right in this angle section of my formula sheet. Okay, and I notice that the vertex is on the circle. It's touching the circle. So that means it's on. That means I'm in this first section here. Under angles, I know I'm either timesing by 2 or I'm dividing by 2, right? Because I know that the angle is x, then the arc is 2x. Okay, so if I'm looking here, they give me the arc, right? The arc is bigger than the angle. So to go down to the angle, I need to divide by 2. So I'm going to do 140 divided by 2. I end up with 70 degrees. Okay, over here, number 4 is the exact opposite. And we're going from the angle, the smaller one, to the arc. So I'm going to times by 2. So 80 times 2 is 160 degrees. And remember that both angles and arcs are measured in degrees. Okay, so don't forget our units on this test, which are degrees. Okay. If we look at number 5 is an interesting problem because we see we also have a vertex that is on the circle. So I know I'm either going to times by 2 or divide by 2. Well, to go from the arc to the angle, I have to divide by 2. So I need to do 154 divided by 2 equals 5x plus 17. The interesting thing about this problem is we can also go the opposite way. We can take that equation and times it by 2. And that would look like this, or 154 equals 2 times that equation right there. Okay, so either one of these is actually going to work. And I'm going to work out both of them just so you see that. Right, 154 divided by 2 is 77 equals 5x plus 17. And then we subtract 17 and get 60 equals 5x. Divide by 5. We get x equals 12. All right, but over here, the first thing we need to do is actually distribute. So 154 equals 10x plus 34. And these rainbows, if you like to call them, or the distributing sign, it just means multiplication. It's just a multiplication thing. So 2 times 5x is 10x. 2 times 17 is 34. Subtract 34. 120 equals 10x. And I think you can see already that x is going to equal 12. Okay, so either of these is correct as long as you're using this idea of going from arc to angle, we need to divide, and going from angle to arc, we need to multiply. All right? And then either of these is going to work. Now moving down here, these look a little different, and in class I actually changed this problem up. I said we're actually going to solve for this angle up here. That's going to be our x. And again, there's actually 2 ways we can do this. The first is we can start by finding this angle here, and that's dividing by 2. So 128 divided by 2 would be 64. Okay? And if this is 64, we're going to take this straight line. Well, a straight line equals 180. All right, I'm just going to make a note here. Straight line equals 180 degrees. Well, we're just going to take that straight line. We're going to subtract the angle we don't want. And that's going to give us 116. That's what x is. All right, that's what x is. Okay, so that's one way to do it. We can also do it a second way. We can say this whole circle is 360. Well, this piece up here, this arc up here, minus the arc on the bottom is 128. And if we subtract that, that gives us 232. Okay? Well, if this arc is 232 up here, this arc here is 232, we can find x by dividing by 2. So we're just going to do 232 divided by 2. We actually get the exact same answer. We get 116. So either way works. Either way is fine. You just want to make sure that you find the way that makes the most sense to you. Okay? So make sure we're keeping track of dividing by 2. The straight line is 180. Okay, number 7 is actually really quick and easy. we have this vertex that's on the circle,